Hey guys, Carl Cooper here with OnTheBlack.com. So the Mets ended their season on a positive note by sweeping the Houston Astros in a 3-game series. And in order to keep that sort of positive theme going, I've picked out my top 5 moments of the 2009 New York Mets season. At number 5, I'm going with Nelson Figueroa's first ever complete game of his career. Nelson Figueroa is definitely a fan favorite of the New York Mets, and he's had a pretty up and down year this season. You know, sent back down to the minors. He was DFA'd at one point, and it was really nice to see Figueroa end the season on such a positive note. You know, again, a complete game, 4-hit shutout to end the Mets season, and that's my number 5 moment from the 2009 season. At number 4, I'm going with Gary Sheffield's 500th career home run. You know, Sheffield was signed with the Mets, low money, and you know, he was expected to kind of come off the bench and sort of be a bat off the bench. Unfortunately, he got put more into an everyday type of role with all the injuries, and you know, as we now see, he couldn't sustain that over the course of the season, but it was a pretty special moment at Citi Field when Gary Sheffield hit his 500th career home run. At number 3, I'm going with the 1969 anniversary that the Mets had this year. It was the 40th year anniversary of the 1969 champion New York Mets, and for young fans like myself who weren't around in 1969, it was good to see some of these players come back that we really don't know that well, and get to hear some of the stories that, you know, obviously we weren't around for. Some of the older Mets fans out there, of course, you know, it was good for you guys to kind of relive that stuff, but some of the younger Mets fans, it was good to kind of get some education on that 1969 team. At number 2, I'm going with the opening of Citi Field. This was the first year of Citi Field, and while some of us fans out there, you know, had some complaints, you know, we didn't think that the park was sort of Met friendly enough, or didn't feel like the Mets home, but overall, you know, I think a new ballpark for the Mets was long overdue. I think you'll see Met ownership over the next few years make some changes to the field, to the stadium, and make it more Met friendly, if you will, but very happy and very pleased with the ballpark overall. And so my number 2 moment from this year is the opening of Citi Field. And my number 1 moment from the 2009 New York Mets season was David Wright being the first Met to hit a home run at Citi Field as a Met. There were home runs hit before David Wright, but he was the first Met to hit a home run at Citi Field, and I think that's kind of ironic, being that David Wright is the face of the franchise. I was there for that game. It was a 3-run home run to help tie up that game against the San Diego Padres at the time, and even though it was the first game at Citi Field, it felt like a playoff atmosphere at Citi Field when Wright hit that home run. So my number 1 moment from the 2009 New York Mets season is David Wright being the first Met to hit a home run at Citi Field. And that's it for this post, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there are other moments that you felt should have made the top 5 for the New York Mets in the 2009 season. Talk to you guys soon.